What is going on, Odd Warriors? It's your boy Edward V, and today we are going to talk about how you can lose weight without exercise. Two things that I always advocate to be together because it'll help you in the long run. But if you're one of those that just can't get to the gym, just can't do it, or unfortunately just simply doesn't want to do the exercise, these are the workarounds that you can do to get the weight loss to keep going even though you don't have the exercise part. And I'm gonna go ahead and break it down in this video. I want to thank the sponsor of this video, Built Bar, because as I said, the most important thing that's on your plate, especially when it comes to burning body fat, losing weight, is protein, as that carries the highest thermic effect. Almost 30% of the calories that you intake from protein are used to actually metabolize the food. So if you eat 100 calories of protein, your net calorie intake in terms of the calorie balance is actually 70 calories that you don't get from carbohydrates or even fats. Not to mention all of the other applicable effects of protein that help you build muscle and create that lean tissue that helps increase your metabolic rate. And the reason that you cannot go wrong with Built Bar is because they have so many different flavors. They have good protein content, a good fiber content, and they actually taste good, which is the most phenomenal thing if you ask me about a protein bar. They have so many flavors, but this cookies and cream is undoubtedly my favorite. I've tried so many of them. They're all pretty decent. The peanut butter one is really good, but cookies and cream is just where it's at. The link will be down in the description if you want to purchase yours. And don't forget to put the promo code Fledge20 so you can get 20% off your order and you also support this channel. Now let's go ahead and jump right into it. All right, so I 100% do not advocate for this style or this type of weight loss system. Can it be done? Yes. Is it the most optimal? No. You will be leaving a lot of beneficial things that come with actually exercising. So just keep that in mind. But if the only thing that you're thinking about is that weight coming down and also not wanting to go to the gym or exercise at all, then here are the things that you should be doing. Number one, quick, easy, gotta get it out the way. You still gotta measure your calories. But also understand that your energy output is going to be very, very low because you're not doing any exercise. So you won't be able to compensate for that in food. You will be eating less. Whatever you were eating when you exercise, you gotta eat less than that. Try to figure that out. The best way to do it is to use a BMR calculator. Know what your body burns, or roughly what your body burns, even if you were at rest, and add a little bit more to that because of your non-exercise activity thermogenesis. And then from there, you can figure out how many calories you can actually take in. And because of that, because of the limitations in calories, you are going to have no choice but to focus on nutritious foods that are low in calorie but high in nutrition, things that are high in fiber. If you want good selections of foods that you can put together to eat, or things that you can actually eat during this time when you're trying to lose weight without exercise, I recommend my video that I recently released called 5 Foods That You Can Eat to Burn Fat Fast. You're going to have to be very particular with how you eat to make sure you're consistently under that caloric deficit, but also consistently giving yourself enough nutrition. Because if you're not, you're going to affect other things like sleep, which will affect things like hunger and your feeling of fullness, because your hormone leptin, for example, which tells your body or tells your brain that you're full when you're eating, that actually decreases the less amount of sleep you get. So you want to make sure your foods are nutritious enough that is also helping you get enough sleep at night. Another thing that you want to do is also up your protein. If you're not going to go to the gym, a lot of people think to themselves, well, if I don't go to the gym, there's no point in eating protein. Please do not think like that. If you don't go to the gym, protein still has many applicable elements to it that will help you with your weight loss and health journey, regardless if you go to the gym or not. And you still gotta walk, you still gotta pick things up, you still gotta move around, you're still doing some type of movement, you're still standing on your feet, so you are using muscles to a certain extent, and they can use some protein intake. Not to mention, protein has the highest thermic effect. Up to 30% of the calories that you take in from protein are used to break down protein, as opposed to carbohydrates, which is about 10%, and even at a lesser extent, fats, which is about 5% the most. So you want to be eating as much protein as you can during this time period, especially since you're not going to the gym or doing any cardio or resistance training. Things that, let me mention it one more time, will help you immensely, especially with keeping the weight off. But hey, this video is about wanting to lose that weight without having to go to the gym, right? So let's continue. One thing that I will definitely tell you to do during this time period when you're trying to lose weight without going to the gym is, please, bare minimum, create incidental moments of energy expenditure or higher energy expenditure opportunities. What does that mean? If something is 2 stories high, instead of taking the elevator, just walk. If you have to go to a mall, instead of parking your car super close, park a little bit further away so you can have a further walk. Be the person who's pushing the shopping cart around. If you went on a family shopping day for groceries, be the person who's moving around, pushing the shopping cart around. And create incidental moments that aren't necessarily exercise, but boost more energy expenditure throughout the day, as this will compound throughout the week. And trust me, because you're not doing any exercise, you're going to need all the help you can get in the energy expenditure department. So whatever you can do, if you're at a desk, if you can do it, if you can be standing instead of sitting, add that element to it, simply because it'll give you that extra energy expenditure. Even if it's minuscule, you're compounding it with everything else that you're doing. Be the person to take out the garbage, etc., etc. Take pride in doing those things, because it's going to help you in the long run, and it's going to subsidize the little bit that you can subsidize from the fact that you aren't doing any exercise. Also, as I mentioned before, make sure to get enough sleep, because sleep is going to help you. At least 7 to 8 hours of sleep per day will definitely help you control hormonal imbalances that may make you overeat, and that is something you do not want to do when your eating real estate is so low, because your energy expenditure is so low. Now that's it. Those are the things that you can do if you don't want to use exercise. Those are the basic things that you can actually apply to ensure that you are losing weight, and that you are losing weight consistently. Trying your best to break through any plateaus that can happen, and you might happen if you try to lose weight without going to the gym, especially since metabolic adaptation will start to take place, and you will have to continuously lower your calorie intake without any give back. Because what you could have done if you went to the gym is increase your resistance training or cardio sessions and still be able to eat the same. But if you remove that, you will consistently have to readjust your caloric intake as you stall when you are experiencing adaptive thermogenesis, which is when your metabolic rate starts to reduce in conjunction to your weight loss also going down. And that is just one of the many reasons why you still want to apply that exercise regimen. But I digress. I want to thank my patrons from my Patreon, and I'm going to go ahead and put their names right up here.